I started going to game dev recently because I've always wanted to make my own video game. So far, I've made about 4 short games that are not that good, to be honest. Anyway, recently I've been itching to finally make a full game. This is probably a bad idea, and it's probably better to make more like little mini games and get more familiar with whatever game engine I'm using and game dev as a whole. But instead, I'm just gonna start a huge project and learn along the way. This is not gonna end well. I don't know what I'm doing. Salut and welcome to the first devlog of Tono Tries to End Humanity. So basically, you're a robot named Tono, created by a villain whose ultimate goal is to end all of humanity. Tono would be sent on multiple missions that once completed would get the villain closer and closer to his end goal. It's gonna be a 2D platformer inspired by Rayman Adventures, which was a mobile game I played a lot, you know, back in the days. I'm basically gonna try and use some of the mechanics and controls from that game and implement them in a PC game somehow. How is that gonna work? I don't know. So here's the plan. Tono is gonna be constantly running by default, and the player would be able to turn left or right, jump, throw, fall, attack, slam down, and stop at any time. There are gonna be 3 different mission types, which might increase later on, but I've only got like 3 in mind right now. Missions that are more combat focused, like the player might have to like destroy a lot of enemies to complete the level. Missions that are more resource gathering or more like exploration focused, where you have to like look for maybe parts for maybe a doomsday device that the villain is working on. And missions where the player is being chased by maybe a superhero or something. I don't know. But yeah, I guess those missions are going to be more focused on speed and how fast the player can react. There are going to be companions that would help the player doing missions. There's going to be a shop system and an upgrade system to upgrade your weapons and companions. So yeah, that's basically the plan. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do all that, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, here's what I've done so far. I'm using this sprite that I got from the Unity asset store just as a placeholder for the player, and I haven't really used all the animations yet. Like I haven't added a jump animation, but I'll work on the animations later. I've added controls for the player movement, like the player can jump, player can turn left or right. Oh, and holding A and D at the same time makes the player stop. I don't know if this was a good thing to add, but I kind of like it, so I'm keeping it. The player can wall jump and float, just like in Rayman Adventures. And I added moving platforms that move when the player interacts with it. Oh, and right, I added like a ledge climb mechanic, which isn't perfect yet. I still gotta work on it, but it's good for now. And I also made this trampoline, which happens to be a tree, a trampoline, if you will. Get it? Because the tree and anyone? No? Oh, brother! The player can slam on the trampoline to get a jump boost. I added falling platforms that fall, obviously, when the player comes in contact with it. I added breakable walls that breaks when the player hits it. I added secret rooms, but I don't think I implemented them correctly. Because on the fake tile, the collider used isn't very efficient. I'm pretty sure there's a better and more efficient way of doing this, but I don't know it. Then I added some enemies, which are just red squares for now. Oh, and the player has like 2 different attack states. One is, you know, melee attack, and the other is ranged attack, so I can shoot enemies, which is pretty nice, if I do say so myself. And I tried adding an NPC that a player can talk to for some reason, but it still needs some work. Actually, it needs a lot of work. And I designed a simple level and added some of the mechanics, and yeah, that's it. Here's the final thing. Here we are. Most of the art here are just placeholders. Oh, and this is one of the companions I'm gonna be adding to the game. I made that myself, clearly. And I made 3 other ones and gave them silly names like Magni, Blasty, and Babo. I plan on giving each of them their own special abilities later, but for now, they all do nothing. Okay, so at first, the player wouldn't be moving, but if I hit the A key, it starts moving. And the level music plays too, which I made, by the way. Did I forget to put a level complete screen? Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's all I've done so far, and I've been working on this for like, what, the past 3 months now. I haven't made that much progress, and it's due to the fact that I'm a uni student and I barely have enough free time. There's so many other things I plan on adding to the game. Like for example, I think having mini bosses and bosses in the game would be really cool, but I don't want to bite more than I can chew. But I might add them though. We'll see. And I'm still not sure about how the slam mechanic is gonna work. I don't know if I should make the player stop before, slamming down, or if I should just leave it like this. Maybe it's fine this way. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you have any suggestions, please drop them there as well, because I really need suggestions right now. And yeah, thanks for watching.